just going to erase this now. And now we're going to do the shoulders. It's going to be pretty much like before. Just a little out from the ear, an inch or maybe about an inch. It depends on how large the face you're drawing is. And from about to about there is where the shoulders will go. Now here's where it gets a little tricky. Because this is a 3D image, we have to imagine that this line is closer to us than this line is. And if we make this one thicker, we can actually imagine that a little better. See? And these shoulders are going to be a lot more slanted, and this shoulder is going to be a lot more slanted and a lot shorter than this one. So it's going to go out only a little farther than this line. Oops. I'm shaking the paper here. Okay, now that we've got the shoulders down, it's time to move on to the hair. Before we do that, let's just fix everything a little more. Here's a little thing that is very good to do for girls. We're going to bring her cheeks out some more. This makes her a lot cuter looking and more like she's smiling than if you gave her a straighter face like a boy her age might have, unless you're drawing that kind of big grin or really sweet boy. Then they would have cheeks kind of like this. Oops. I'm just going through and darkening the lines and erasing the ones that are too thick. And now we can get to the hair. Just like before, that's where the bangs are, the part of the bangs, right there. And we do a line to the top of the head, and just a little above the head, we do this V sort of thing. And from here, we curve out the hair. This needs to be lower. And now we can erase most of the head. Now let's do the bangs. You see where this line comes from? We're going to do a big sweep like this, and some more, and some more. Then this side, and don't worry, I am going to show you how to really put detail into the hair easily, because just drawing all these wispy lines is actually quite difficult at the beginning. So don't feel unhappy if you can't follow along with that right away. First, we're going to carve out detail of this hair, the shape of it. Because this is a weird round shape with the style we're doing right now, we're going to have more detail than just round hair. We are going to, after we get past the ears, go in and then come back out. I'm going to make that coming back out thing a lot more dramatic. Then we're going to do the same here. And then we erase the original circle and start on the detail. I'm going to put one strand up here and off here, because when it starts to curve like this, hair doesn't naturally want to do that, so it's pretty much going to spike out every which way as it's forced into that unnatural position. Same here, and here, and here. Now we're going to look at the bangs. First is one big spike. I come down here so it looks kind of like a bird's wing, you could say. And then we do a small one underneath it, another very thin one, and then a thick one. The important thing is to vary the sizes and lengths of your strands so that it doesn't look too uniform and boring, unless you're doing something like square bangs, which I will be drawing someday, and we can look at how you make those look good. But for now, let's finish this one. I'm going to keep this original idea. It's just down at the little edge of this strand, starting there and curving down above the eye. Then behind it comes a big one which sweeps in front of the ear. And then behind that there's another one where the hair is tucked behind the ear. Now we come to the bottom of the hair. This is how the hair has been cut. So that is how we are going to place the strands. We just do a lot of spikes. And then once we erase this line, we're going to put a little more detail into those spikes. We're going to make this one thick and this one thin, and we have no more room. And we're going to make this one thin, this one really thick, this one small, and this one long and thick. Then we're going to redarken her shoulders so that it covers up that hair. And then we're going to put some more detail into the curve here and on this side. And I like to do this. It's just showing that there is a lot of smaller hair behind her ear, because there usually is that kind of hair, really short stuff that you can't pull up into braids or anything. And now I think I want to do a little less definition to the nose, and I'm going to put that little blank spot in the middle of her mouth and a lower lip below that. And you know, I think her neck seems a little long, so I'm going to fix that by bringing her shoulders up. And that means that we're going to have to do something that I've been thinking we might have to do. Her hair looks a little long, longer than I remember. Ayano, did you grow your hair out? Let's keep it the way it has always been. So we're just going to do that curve and do it here again. Quick little spikes. You guys can actually go with the tutorial I did earlier, showing how to do the spikes at the bottom, if you don't want to follow along with my quick spikes here. Wouldn't it be sad if I then decided that the neck was too short and I had to do the hair all over again? Actually, that is an important part of drawing, realizing that your drawing might have flaws, and loving your drawing enough to go back and fix them, even if you have to do it over and over and over. I mean, it's a work of art. If you love art, then it doesn't seem very bad at all to have to keep doing that until it's perfect. For me, at least. You guys might not feel so loving towards your art just yet. I think someday, I think you guys, if you're here learning with me and you can't draw really, and you can't do like you see on covers of mangas and stuff yet, and then you learn how, then you really love your drawings because they look really good. I can't say that my work looks like on the covers of mangas yet. Of course not. And now we're gonna put in her clothes really quickly. Traditional school uniform. These little lumps here are the wrinkles on the back of her school uniform collar sort of thing. I have never actually looked up what that is called. I will have to do that so I can call it by its correct name in the next video. Or you guys could tell me what it's called. If you guys could do that, that would be really great. Then the little school tie, school stripes, school, 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 school. Shade it all in. And then that's pretty much it. I'm going to put in some shading, but I don't want this video to go on too long, so I'm going to do that in time lapse. And if you guys have trouble with shading just by watching me doing it in time lapse, you can check out my other video drawing this girl Ayano in front view, where I go into detail of doing shading on hair, shading and lighting. I go into really deep detail of that in part 2 of her front view video. So you guys can just go and watch that. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to put in the blush that I love so much. And you guys can do that too. It's just a lot of little lines just below her eye, both her eyes. And then that is everything. I hope this video was helpful to you guys, and I had a lot of fun making it. And the next one is going to be Ayano in side view, and I'm going to be putting that video up soon, and that's going to be a lot of fun too. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.